This is Abe Friedtanzer from Awards Buzz. Very excited to be speaking with Loïc Espuche about Yuck. How are you today?
Well, and you, I just come back to eat. So,
Thank you for being with me. I'm doing great. I really enjoyed this short, and I'm curious if you have memories of your first kiss.
uh, yeah, my first kiss was with Sophie Cholet, but it was absolutely not the same than the in the short. It was at school.
Does this come from positive memories of that experience or not necessarily related?
You mean the short? Where does it come
Yes.
from? In fact, the idea of this short came from a screening of my previous short film in a theater full of kids. And it was the story of a soldier who goes off to war. And at the beginning of the film, he said goodbye to his fiancée by giving her a little kiss. And at this moment, all the kids in the audience start to say, "Oh, yuck, it's so disgusting. I cannot watch it." And so for me, it was super fun to see that. And it bring me to my own childhood when I was also disgusted by kisses. I didn't want to watch it, but I did that to see all the kiss. And I had the idea of the topic, but I needed the concept to speak about that. And so that's a few times after that the idea of the pink mouse came in to symbolize the desire to give a kiss and to contrast with the dialogue who say yuck. And it was the contrast between image that say the desire to kiss and the sound that say the disgust. So it was contrast between the two components of cinema. And yeah.
I think there's definitely something very funny and innocent about it, but there's also a way that it can get really mean, all this taunting. How did you want to make sure that this was a positive, entertaining look and not one that could be really traumatizing for people?
Uh, you mean that the as some kids are mean, that I don't want to traumatize the audience. For me, it was just kind of realistic, and it was not traumatizing because at the end, you see also that even the mean kids are probably not what they show. And for me, I think also that I was absolutely not scared to show that because um, I think kids are like that in real life, and it's worse for them in real life at school and that. And also, I remember when I was 9 year old, I go to the cinema and I watch Princess Mononoke from Hayao Miyazaki, and for me, it's a terrific memory because it was the first time that I had the feeling that an animated movie talked to me, not like if I was a child, but if I was a real person. And so for me, I'm not so scared to uh, speak like truly to kids because they are already a little bit the adults of tomorrow, I think.
So would you say that this film is for both kids and adults?
Yeah, yeah. For me, of course, I wanted to make a movie that uh, can be shared by people from different age, but also shared by people who are just audience of cinema and people who work in it. And so I like the idea of sharing the cinema. And when I did the staging for the movie, I was not thinking like uh, are the child will able to understand. I was more thinking like me as an adult, am I happy to see what I see, what I make? So that's the process. And of course, you're a bit concerned by the audience, but also by sharing something that you like.
Well, I am curious if you've had kids see this film and how they've responded to, the pink lips and to just to everything.
And the kids, especially in screening at cinema when it's with classroom with just few teacher, They scream a lot during the movie. And what is fun is that sometimes I don't even hear the dialogue anymore because the audience is start to be too crazy. And what is super fun and I like it that sometimes I don't hear the dialogue, but the audience say almost the exact same dialogue, the same reaction than the kids. And so for me, it's super fun to watch the film in theater because I don't really watch the film, but I watch the audience reaction.
From an animation perspective, were there any challenges to telling this story visually?
Um, Technically, I think that as in many shots there is 5 kids, and they are all speaking. The animation took really a long time, more that what we have planned, and so we were a bit late with the animation, but I think the challenge was more about the writing process because it took 3 years and a half. And in for this movie, I wanted to remove everything that was unnecessary. And I think people, when they see the movie, they have the sensation of simplicity, but I think simplicity is hard to achieve. And when you wrote a movie, it's what is hard is that you do a new version and you show it, for example, to your producer or to your friend, and you see on their face that the previous version was better. And if you have done a new version, it's because the previous version was already not good enough. And so you never know when this process will end and if it will really end to something good. So for me, the challenge was really there.
Well, I think what you've just said about simplicity, about not adding too much, answers my next question, which is whether this could become a, feature-length film or if this is the whole story you wanted to tell.
Um, I don't think I want to transform it into a feature film because I have already spent 5 years and a half making this. And as I told you, I wanted to remove all the unnecessary stuff. And I don't know if for me, it was the good length for a story about a first kiss from a child point of view, and also to play with this concept of pink mouse. Uh, and I think for a feature film, I would like more to explore let's say, teams, or I don't want to remake the same film over and over and over again. Maybe for a new project, I need to go somewhere else. And of course, I will go back from what I have to say and what is in my life. But I think I should try to go in another place to come back.
You have something else in the works right now? Any next projects?
I've developed a TV show at the end of Yuck, which is probably about to be bought by French television. I've also 2 other ideas, one probably for a feature film and one for, I think, a TV show, but this time more for adults. But let's see, it's really the beginning of the ideas. So I like to say that, okay, this is ideas. Now I have to check if it's good ideas or not.
Well, and you're nominated for an Oscar. Congratulations. That's very exciting. Have you had a chance to see any of the other animated shorts and anything that really stands out to you?
I have seen all of them, and I've met almost all the crew. And in fact, the director of Beautiful Men is just downstairs because we are roommates in LA just for the campaign. Um, and so, yeah, I really appreciate them. Each one has a lot of quality, and when I watch them, especially on big screen, I'm like, whoa. I I like this in this movie. I like this, but there is too much stuff I like in each movie to to answer quickly in a way.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time to speak with me. I look forward to seeing what you do next.
Thanks so much.